So we send us. The purpose of putting this goal is, you know why? The reason we are not putting this on this is because it has not started germinating. So it needed kind of soil temperature to make it swell and make it down. By the time it starts germinating, we put a cover on it. So that that little young seedling will not be scorched by the sun. It will be destroyed if this thing is not put on it. So in the next few days, what is happening here will also happen here. But we're only waiting for it to do what? To germinate. I mean, to sprout. There's a difference between germination and sprouting. You can tell me the difference. Germination is different from sprouting.
Sprouting is very
yes, you are right. Germination might be happening without you seeing it. Within, under the soil, it will be germinating. The embryo will begin to release the cotyledon. But by the time you can see it above the soil level, then you can say what is sprout. So that is the difference. So we have tomato seedlings here. I mean tomato seeds, pepper, the number one, pepper leaf drum, tatase, and all those local varieties. You understand? That's what we have here. That's the replica of what we have here as well. It's a replica of what we have here. But the reason, I've told you the reason why they are like this. We planted this one first. It was once like this. By the time it started germinating, I mean sprouting, we have to put alaga on it. So that that young seedling will not be scorched. You know the sun is still very harsh somehow. It's going to be scorched by sun if not covered like this. So you can see now, you can see the difference. They started coming out. After 3 weeks now, we must have prepared our permanent field where we are taking them to. And transplanting will be done late in the evening. You can tell me why?
Because it is the cool of the day.
Is the
God.
pool of the day? Cool. Okay, yes. To avoid being scorched. You know you are severing the root.
Yeah.
So you have to look for an avenue, a favorable environment for it to thrive well before another day when the sun will be out. So this is the bed. I know you have seen, this is what we have. This is ridge, or a bed. I mean, this is hip. Yes, and it is used mainly for tuberous crops. And do you know why? It's because so that the tubers will have enough space to be able to express itself. She understand. That's why we make use of this. This one is meant for vegetables, being it fruit vegetable, being it leafy vegetable. This is what is suitable for them. And you can decide not to make bed if you want, if you choose to. She understand. You can decide not to make bed if you choose to, but it is the best for you to make beds. It will do well. You have different types of beds. You have raised bed and you have sunken bed. I don't want to bother you with that. But I will briefly talk about it. Sunken beds are being made very close when you are planting very close to water source. And I will tell you why. I will tell you why. Okay, where the water is not, the water level is not too close. Sunken. Sunken means something that is down. The raised, where there is too much water, so that the water will not be too much for the crop. So that's the. Then this one, we made it for you, just for you to see. You want to see how yams are being planted. For you to see different types of yam. That is the general name for species for yam. Name for yam is Discoria. Discoria lata.
You have 4 years so that you can plant it.
Oh yeah. Then I will show you. Kenny, seed here. I mean, it's seed yam here. This is Discoria. White. No, this is not Alata. This is Alata. Alata is
Water yam.
and that is the common name. Alata is water yam. No, Alata is water yam. This is Rotundata. This is Cyanesis. This is yellow yam. Rotundata, that is the white yam. Cyanesis, that's the yellow yam. Some people call it gagan. Depends on the location you come from. This is gagan. This is white yam. Then this is area yam. This is Esuru trifoliate. The common name is trifoliate leaf yam. Trifoliate, that is the common name in English, but it's a area yam. So I want to show you how best you can plant them. This is just for training purpose. Yeah. Okay. Let me say, there's no point disturbing it. This at times you can still cut it into two.
Yes.
You can still cut it into two. This one you can still cut it into two.
But in addition, the size you put in determines the
Yes, the output. It determines as well. So you can, that's why I said you can.
And at times when you are planting ceremonial yam, some people will even plant the whole tuber because they want very big yam, and their hip are 10 or more than 10 of this one put together will be very high. And even alongside with it, they still plant other, still yam. But the big one that they plant in the middle is ceremonial, very big ceremonial yam that you see. Even a person may not be able to carry just one.
So one seed yam per hip.
So this one we are planting, since we are planting for us, we are the owner of it.
No problem, we'll put a label. Babcock. No problem, ma. We will bring it for you, no problem, ma. So that's how to plant. As you can see, just 6. Will it kindly? Are you going to plant you? Yes.
Yes. In one class, they taught us about planting, the angle of planting.
Let him ask.
So, is there any specific way you plant this? Facing upside, the germination of the yam?
Yes. Thank you. That's a very salient question. There are different types of sets you plant for yam. This is seed yam. We have yam sets. Sets are the ones that are being cut.
They are being cut, yeah. Like this one now.
This one, this one, there's no bruise there. It's whole. Do you understand? This one is where you are going to plant. But the questions is being directed to this kind of, and you can put this one. Just make sure you don't put it this way. If you put it this way, it will still germinate, but it's not the best. It's not the best. It's better to plant like this when it's a whole seed yam like this. But that one, before you plant, it's advisable for you to treat them. The the yam set, the one that you are bruised. Do you know why we are that? Do you know the reason why you should treat them? There are fungi inside the soil. They can attack it and eat it up. That's why you discover, I planted 7 now. How much do we have? I have 3, I have 4. Go and remove them and check them. Go and remove them and check them. They must have been eaten up by fungi. And these fungi as well, they are important to crop. But you can treat them by using local whatever. Ash is okay.
Okay, ash.
Just wood ash.
That one is local.
It's locally here. If you cannot afford the fungicide, just wood ash. Get a slurry of wood ash. What I mean by slurry? You put use soap with water. You stir it very well and use it to that place, that bruised place, to close it up. Then fungi, they won't come close to it. Then as gas that, you can put it. You can plant it any way you want to plant it. Once it is covered, put it anywhere. The shoot will come out from its own convenient point. You are not the one that will determine where the shoot will come out, because it's not a whole yam. It will come out at its own convenient point, but it has to be treated to avoid the invitation of fungi.
Let me ask one question on their behalf.
All right, ma.
And I had the answer.
One answer, please.
When you are finished.
All right, ma.
Like you were saying, seed yam.
Yes, ma.
How do we get seed yam?
Thank you very much. Thank you for that question. Seed yam can be made. Okay. Okay, we have planted now. Our maize our yam has sprouted. It's going very well. We have done all the cultural practices. What are cultural practices? We staking.
Staking is
Not all yam, not all areas in Nigeria used to stake. But here in the southwest, we used to stake. So when you stake, you weed, everything is fine. Then we are going to do one thing. By the time we realize the yam is the yam tubers are okay, we'll milk. Okay. Again, just for the training purpose. I didn't mean it's a big yam. Milking is, I'm going to cut this place, and we are going to plant it again. We take this part to the market,
Or to your farm.
or to your farm for consumption. It's ready for consumption. So this remaining part, we bury it back into the soil. It's going to give us that whole yam.
Again.
Just small one like this, and you can plant. That means you don't eat all your yam. While you are eating the largest part, you are still keeping some for future planting. So when you cut like this now, if I should cut this one like this and plant, it's going to give us a seed yam. Then that seed yam might grow to the extent of you cutting it into 2. It depends on how well you are taking care of it. So that process is called milking. Milking.
Again, another question.
All right.
Another question about yam is that we call some mini sets. How do you prepare mini sets? Are you aware of mini sets?
what? Mini set.
Mini set. Yes. Mini set production is synonymous to yam. In the whole yam, you cut into sets. Mini means
Very
that's just the difference. So you grow them, that mini set will grow into your seed yam, into your full seed yam. That you can plant, that you can even cut into 2. Just it's like synonymous with what you are saying. Okay, probably you bought a whole tuber, and you now cut it to
like
just small.
a little above cube.
Just small.
Keep on shooting.
You have plant it.
Yes.
Take care of it. It will grow into your seed yam. That means you want to multiply the little you have. Probably you have a kind of a variety that you love so much. You understand? And you want to multiply it. But it's only going to cost you almost a year for it to grow into seed yam. Because that little one, you cannot take it to the field directly. So if you take it to the field, that's what it's going to give you. It won't give you something big. As Prof has rightly said, the product you are going to get, the yield you are going to get from a yam depends on what you are putting in it. Oh, le gbin okay, come and expect something too much bigger. Come and help you. Well, it will be bigger. You understand?
Again, I want to give you some practical experience and my exposure. I want to us to leave yam now. We want to consider plantain. Plantain. When, 1 year is an experiment and it's very good for me. There was a breeze or a storm. I have a plantain behind my backyard. And the thing just fell. I got there. What will I do? That's why I'm doing something. So I now remove the cob. Those, plantain cob. Yes. That. So I now dissect it, just like you are saying of mini sets. I made a bed like this, and I put sawdust on it. I put chemicals so that the ants and the whatever will not eat it up. So here was able to make like 100 on this very this size. So believe you me, by under 2 weeks the thing sprouted. The thing sprouted, and if I tell you I made over 300,000 from it, because by the time I planted, I just received a call. Now I need plantain suckers. How can I get? I say I have, and I just sold at 150 then, and I made 300 minimum beside the one I gave out, 300,000. I'm telling you, agriculture can be a paying venture, and I never lack. Only salt I don't plant. I'm telling you, you know it. Everything I plant, cassava. I have cocoyam that I just harvested. Too much for me. I was looking for whom to do.
Thank you.
Thank you. So what am I saying? So the plantain also, by the time you see it, you don't think, you don't say it's a waste, or you just look. But a lazy man will be hungry. And when we say an hungry man, we say angry man, and that is why we are seeing people. And when our president then was saying that our youth were lazy, you know, it was taken from the up there. You know, majority of them are very lazy, and but as much as they are lazy, they can do any work. So, like yesterday's speech, I'm bringing it back on. Don't stay on one salary, on one income. Don't stay on one income. Let there be streams of income, so that you will not lack. You will not lack. Like Pawpaw was saying, if you plant some pawpaw up to this level, they are ready for you. And you can plant like 3-4 hectares. That's a lot of money. So we are blessed here. In foreign nations, when you are thinking they are making it, they buy soil to plant. Their soil cannot accommodate any crop anytime, anyhow. They will have to treat some soil. You treat it before you can plant. But here, even on the main road, if you see soil there and you plant something there, it will come up. So we are really blessed. We are really blessed. We are really blessed. And to whom much is given, much is expected. So please,
much. Okay.
You can practicalize it here.
Okay. Baba Sama. Yes, after we have planted our yam, the next thing we'll be expecting is probably do a kind of pre-emergence herbicide, if you are capable of affording it. Pre-emergence herbicide means we apply a kind of herbicide on it that will take care of the seed of weed that has not emerged. Pre-emergence herbicide will take care of the weed of the seed of the weed that have not emerged or germinate. They will make them to be what? To be dormant for a very long period of time, so that your crop, there won't be competition within the crop and the seed and the wheat. So after that, go into mulching. The importance of mulching is not far-fetched. If you are planting November, December, January, it is very, very essential for you to mulch, and I will tell you why. Those periods of the year, you know the temperature is very, very high. And for you to salvage the set you have put in, you have to like create a cool environment to ameliorate the soil temperature so that the set you are putting will not be scorched.
You know you are teaching us to use the normal size.
Madam, please, if it is much like that, it has its own advantage. Yes.
It will not come up.
Thank you very much.
In Songhai. I pray you are so fragile. You could have taken you to Songhai.
It has its own advantage. But if it might not be sufficient, getting that thing might be a problem. But if you have enough, it is better.
When you plant for it, in
suppressed.
an ideal situation, you have an edge, listen please, edge crop, edge plants, those shrubs that will not, like even moringa, you cut, you don't allow it to grow up. So those are the ones you cut to mulch your ground. And hardly, they don't even use chemical. We are talking of organic farming. Anywhere and that's why we have problem with our exports. Like some crops, when you export them, immediately they text, they see the and the way we destroy, we make our waste. The waste that we have, the metals, everything, we just pour it there. The metals we rust and we come into the soil, and part of it will enter your crop, and they will see it by the time they analyze it in the laboratory, and they say this thing is not good for the body. But we only God knows the way. It's just grace of God upon us that is keeping us. Those ones, if they eat it, you are having mortality. And so it is good for us to have farm hygiene, sanitation. All the pure water, paper and everything shouldn't be on the farm. Only thing you must see on the farm is the thing that can rust, that can add value to the soil. And intentionally you do that to your farm, to your soil, so that you enrich it. When you harvest, somebody was saying, is it yesterday? Or I know it before. When you are farming, only the crop you want to use is the one you take away. Even your peas from cassava, you return it to the farm, because it's the one doing it. It's the case, and it will add value to the crop, to the soil. And that one will help your next cropping. So in Songhai, when you get to Songhai, hardly you will have a waste. A waste from this air is an input.
So another one.
And they even have their own solar energy, the biogas that they are preparing. They are generating something from it. The waste from it is the one they use for mushroom, from the oil palm shed. By the time they remove the nuts and everything, all the waste, they use it to have mushroom. And the water from your fish pond is the one they use for continuous production of maize. And they don't need to have fertilizer, because the nutrients in the waste, the water, is already full of the nutrients that the crop will need. So many things that we just waste. We are too wasteful. And that is the cost we are bearing. That's the cost we are bearing. We are too wasteful in this country. The Lord will help us and revive us.
Amen.
Bring a new Nigeria for us.
Amen. So before we leave here,
Sir, you know, you plant yam twice. Can you explain?
that
This
can
one
you?
is a late one, the early one during rainy season.
But you only harvest once in a year.
No, it depends on when you plant.
If you plant, you know, I was touching because of the intensity of the temperature from the sun. If you plant by then, by that July, July.
You plant lemon.
You should be.
You plant twice, but one is recognized culturally, in the sense that that second time you are planting, there are other crops needing your attention. You understand? And because they are planted in November, October, November, they are not considering yam again. But some people will still go for, like my own yam, I don't waste this kind of energy. I'll plant around March. Because the one you are planting now, it will not sprout until around that time. But around, because that is when the rain will come up. But you will harvest this one first. Those one will come next. And because the duration of yam is about 6 months, and that is, and we have 12 months in a year. That is why you can plant yam twice. Right. It's because we are not giving the land the condition our crop needs. That's why we are just waiting for the rain to come up. If we have everything we need, everything we need, the water and the labor, everything, we can just be cropping. And you don't even crop at once, so that everything will not come out. If you have 10 hectares, to plant, you can plant into 2 hectares at duration, so that the thing will not come up at a time, at once. Because it's when it comes at once, you take it to the market. Please let me talk or I stop. You take it to the market en masse. That is when we have the market, the supply, the price. So that is when you have glut. And that is why the price will come down and the farmers will be at loss. So in a civilized and organized environment, you plant sequentially. And when there's unity, and even amidst the farmers, you bring them together as a group, they come together and they don't just bombard the market with everything at once. So they control it. And in civilized environment, it is the farmer that will tell the government what to do. They will even be pleading that please don't plant because we don't have the place to keep stuff. And the farmers also, they don't just plant, they plant by the request of the marketer. They will tell you need this thing and they will plant. So before they plant, even they are the ones supplying some of the inputs. So the farmer, they just enjoy. But here, the farmer will struggle to get the land clear. He will struggle to get the inputs. He will struggle to get everything done. And at the end of it, a ridiculous price will be given to them. We call it farm gate price. And farm gate price is just like Bajue. Just slap the owner and take it without paying anything. Because what you are paying is not even enough for the labor, not less for the seed, all other costs. So please, be a farmer, a kind of farmer, the next generation farmer that will bail us out because we are clamoring that we have better Nigeria. And it's coming very, very soon.
I think somebody asked a question. Somebody was raising. Okay.
Okay, sir. Some of this So when I was about planting mine, my farmer told me to cut it off. That if I plant it this way, it will weaken the yam.
It depends on which type of the year you are planting. If you are planting during the rainy season, it won't be scorched. But if you are planting at that when the rain has not started, then you need to cut it.
Yeah, I wanted to react to what Mommy said. You know, you say one planting season. I'm from Edo State, from the eastern part of Edo State. Our major activity is just farming. If you go to my area now, we are putting finishing touches to not clearing, burning and stomping. The sun there, you dare not plant this time. You dare not, because everywhere is so hot. You can't try it. But from next month, everybody believes that by April, they are very busy. The farmers are getting up to begin to plant. We will not plant November, October, because the sun too is still very hot. So we do plant it once every year. But as Mommy is saying, we are looking forward to that, and that's why I asked about
irrigation. Before crop comes.
That is what we need. That's what we go with that one. Every time there is food to eat.
Plant and
And that is just our prayer.
Amen.
we make it happen.
God
And we
will
will act.
God will have all of us.
We will act. There will be a time that when as for instance, at your backyard, we have one technology in I.A.R&T. That's irrigation. That is the area of just a small one. So by the time you get it, what do they call it?
Pipe.
Very small like this. That if there's a name they call it, any farmer can afford it. You understand? And if
You can even put borehole in your farm.
you can, even your well, and you get it. Look at Israel. At times in Israel, for 3 years, rain will not fall. They only depend on river, what is that river? Jordan. And the outflow of Jordan is what they use to crop. They will just lay pipes. It will just be dropping. There's no wastage. Like in Nigeria, you want to, before that place you are going to, all these places will be wet. Because the pipe you are using is leaking. So you just drop it, just a drop, at the point of the crop that is needed. And that is all they use. Because they can't afford to waste it. We don't have something. We are spoiled children, just as you are.
Yes, thank you, my prof. I was expecting a question to be raised as regards this mulching, but nobody has taken it upon himself to ask.
The question I wanted to ask, I think you answered it because I read about mulching in the book.
Okay.
I know something about it. We don't do it because we follow rain to do planting.
Okay.
And so since we are following rain, we don't need this.
Yes.
But I read about it. I personally, I feel that if you are going for big farm, how this mulching, I don't know, I'm just looking at the stress involved with this, unless you have a long hands to do that.
Yes, thank you very much. Have you landed?
How do you advise us concerning planting?
If you are planting on a very large scale, then you plant, you follow the method from your village. Because this is very, very laborious. Even the staking, that's why some people don't stake. If you are having like 5 hectares of farm, how much are you going to stake? Some people leave it if it is going to be on commercial scale. But the question I was expecting is, why do we put this thing on top of the... That is just it. Thank you very much.
Let me answer that question. That, what's the question? That when you have large
expanse of land
and you are planting. And that was what we say about technology. Technology. You see other, just a small equipment that will just be picking and doing. Even the one we are using hand to do, it's precision agriculture that will be doing it. You just move like this as a child play as you are moving. The thing will just be dropping and be picking and be dropping and it will be dropping. You understand like that. So when you have large area, before you know it, it will do it. Then beside that we have drone.
Okay. That's precision.
You just do it.
That is precision.
You understand? It's because we are using
precision agriculture.
That is why we are having problems. And that's why people are running away from agriculture.
It's very
laborious. That everything will be. No, I'm saying time will come that will be using technology. Real technology that you enjoy doing it. Even the harvesting, you don't use them, you only supervise. And when you have it in greenhouse, and beside that, another Femi come, another technology concerning yam is when you plant inside sack.
Okay.
You plant inside sack, so you get like a cement sack or a cement sack or whatever. Put your topsoil inside it, then you just plant like this. This area can take almost 100 if you just And look at this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say we double it, we have 12 here. But if you have used that sack, it can contain 100. So when we are talking large hectarage of land, it's not the size of it, how much is it, but what you are bringing out of it. You can plant in a room and get what you get from 1 hectare of land, depending on the technology that you use. Landing like the greenhouse cultivation, that you can do it year-round. I just pray that ourselves will come together. It's because we don't love ourselves. We don't work as a group. We want individualism is the one that is killing us in this country. It's me. And if I have the knowledge, I want to monopolize it. I want to utilize it myself because I want to make much gain from it. And what is supposed to be for the public, for the majority, for the government, an individual will buy. Look at Ajaokuta, we have bought it. Look at in I.A.R&T, we have, what do they have in I.A.R&T? They have some stones that a little of it like this is enough for a community. Somebody will just go and buy it and they will use it. Look at so many things you have before is being personalized. It's being personalized. That's the problem we have. By the time we have the spirit of togetherness, things will move. And that no.
Yes, anyway, is it? Is
Like
that?
this?
No.
No, clockwise. No, it's only anti-clockwise.
It's really anti-clockwise. Clockwise là tó kù.
That's why I know.
Okay, clockwise. Clockwise.
No, no, sir.
Contention.
Tó bá ti rí báyìí, àǹtí nìyẹn.
Ìṣòro nìkan ni anti-clockwise. Clockwise lélẹ̀.
Anti-clockwise lélẹ̀. Clockwise lélẹ̀. We are going to join it together just because to avoid being blown off by the.
What happened? What?
Oh, she better come.
Are you true? Are you true, sir?
Yeah, you should be true.
Okay, next.
Oh yeah, let's go to
Next.
Please, let's go to the mechanization unit. I won't take your time, please.